Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Frozen Fortunes. Now, let's get into things. Now, there's absolutely zero point of beating around the bush about this. We've had a pretty piss poor few games. It started off well enough. I kind of felt like we were back on the right track. Admittedly, Thisted aren't a great side, but we went away from home and got a win. 3-1, and look at this. Martin Ferro grabbed himself a brace in this one, was man of the match as well. 8.8 rating on the night. Mwah, beautiful stuff. Thisted had a fair amount of chances, mostly half chances. We created a better quality of chance on the whole. St. Brendan, of course, grabbed himself a goal as well, but we were still kind of low. I mean, look at this phrase. We scored a goal in the 47th minute, the 48th, and then they got one in the 48th as well. We still had to hang on a little bit, but at least Ferro scored a goal. Now, I think I might have come to a conclusion, some of you might have already in the comments, as to why Ferro hasn't been scoring so many goals, but we'll talk about that in a sec when we get to the actual match screen. Now, against Fremad, I came into this game thinking, you know what, we're going to go out there and we're going to do well against them. We've got a relatively alright record, but everything that could go wrong in this game did go wrong. We had several players that I think we made more than one mistake leading to a goal in this match. We conceded a penalty. We missed a penalty. Martin Ferro, of course, missed the penalty, because of course he did. The issue, I think, in this game, and it's actually affected us more than once, I thought this was one of the worst performances I've ever seen from us until later in this same session. I think the issue was they took the lead very on through Kasper Kirchkov, which is fine. It's the fact that because they went so early, I immediately threw it on attacking. And I think that just opened us up. And so I think in future, if we concede an early goal, I will stick to our plan until sort of maybe the half an hour mark and then switch it on to attacking so that we don't then open the floodgates, as you can see that we did. Brendan did get us a goal to make it 2-1, and then our penalty miss actually would have made it 2-2 at that point. So things could have been very different. And maybe on another day we could have had a couple more goals, but not really. We were just woeful in this game. This honestly could have been 6-1 because of their penalty miss. Nick Locklear scored an own goal, not our first own goal of the month, but there was another one to come. It's been dreadful. I don't know what's changed. The players just seem to be on the beach at the moment, and once the floodgates open, the confidence just seemed to, I don't know, those couple of bad results against Frem and Vencisel, the Thisted result brought us back, but we really do seem to be struggling at the moment, and I do just think it might, I don't know, morale perhaps, the wrong players in the wrong positions. I think we'll be fine. It's just a weird way to finish off the season, really. Maybe we'll bring it back in today's live comms. And then weirdly, in our next match, we were at home to the top of the table Vale and played pretty damn well. Okay, yeah, they had a lot of shots, but as you can see, vastly all of them practically were from long range. We created a decent number of chances. Well, we created about the same number of chances as they did. The key was that they had Eric and we didn't. But look at that, David Lopez, 50% cross completion ratio. Everything was on our side to suggest that we should have got a point from this game, at least, though I would have settled for a point. But it just was not to be. Mikhail Gravgard has suddenly just gone off a cliff. He's been playing amazingly lately, and then all of a sudden, in these last few games, has been putting in like 5.8s and stuff in matches, and I don't really understand what's changed about him, but it's a very strange scenario. Now, when I was looking back and editing the last episode, I looked at the result we had against Marienlyst, the 3-0 defeat, I think it was, and I noticed that we created a decent amount of chances towards the end of the game, and I was under the impression it was because of our tactic, and I guess it kind of was, but what the main reason was, I don't know if anyone else noticed this, but Marienlyst changed their shape with about sort of 25 minutes to go, and that's when we started playing well again. So it just seems that against that particular shape, we were just completely capitulated. Although what I would say, Hobro's weird shape really cost us in this game as well. We were dreadful. Again, a lot of long shots, but it's the same kind of story. They got an early goal, we threw it ahead to try and attack them, but they scored 5 second-half goals. And the own goal from Cisse, just making things worse for us. Gravgard got a 4.7 in this game. Mistake leading to 4.7. I have no idea what's gotten into him. He was playing unbelievably for us in that little run of matches. And now recently, he's been struggling to even get like a 6 in games. So, yeah, we're going to have to pull that one out the bag and work on it over the summer. I think the chances of us getting 5th are pretty much dead in the water. But today's episode is mainly about consolidating a top half finish and getting that money in. Because next year, I might go over our budget tiny bit just to bring in a couple of extra players because I really do want to make a push because I think the tactic's solid. These are just some very strange anomalies, I'm hoping anyway. And all of that leaves the league looking like this. We're 6th place. We're 4 points behind Marienlyst, who've really picked up the pace a little bit. They've been smashing goals. As you can see, their goal difference is back to be neutral, which is crazy. Az has now slipped massively. It's a shame because defensively we were looking so much better, and I think we still will end up finishing the season with our best defensive record thus far, which is amazing when you consider that we've conceded 11 goals in 2 of the games this year. Well, you know, over those 2 games, to still have probably by far the best defensive record we've had. We're actually 10 goals better off than we were last year, which is crazy. Just shows you how many we were conceding, though. 4 points above Roskilde with a better goal difference. I think we'll be fine for getting 6th place. Technically, Vencisel aren't relegated, but they basically are. Thisted and Nishabing and Frem, it's one of those three is going to go down too. Vale are already champions. They've really just flown away. And Hobro and Viborg are well, Hobro are in the playoffs, and Viborg will likely wrap that up today. And we've got to play against Helsingor, so you never know. Maybe we could really put a dent in them. Something I totally forgot to mention about the Hobro game was their last goal. Possibly one of the stupidest goals I've ever seen. I'm going to have to show you this, and I want to show you it in 3D to get the full effect of just how dumb this is. Right, okay, so here we are. I put it on 3D camera because I think it's important that you understand just how bad this goal actually is. I don't think, this to me, like, some of them you can put down the mistakes. This one just feels like absolute FM nonsense. Watch this, ball over the top. Defender, goalkeeper can come out, walks over the ball, lets the defender past it. What are you doing? That is absurd. This is the kind of shit we've been dealing with this month to give you an idea of just how bad things have been for us. What the hell? In fact, yeah, cue the segment. What the f was that? So today we find ourselves hosting Helsingor. Gravgor is suspended and Nick Locklear is going to be out. I'm worried. I'm wondering if Locklear has contributed in part to the way we've actually played, because we've not been good since he's been in the team. It did start before that, but particularly since he's been in the team, things have got a bit dodgy. Helsingor, I feel like when we beat them 5-1 already this year, they are massively favourites for this game. We've lost 4 of our last 5 all of a sudden. I don't think it's like panic stations or anything. The tactic clearly does work. It did. I think that we just need to sort of consolidate over the summer, build the team up a tiny little bit and have a proper crack at it next year. Sometimes it's just the perfect storm of scenarios that have caused this. It's amazing we still only have a -6 goal difference. So Gravgard is suspended, which means it's probably going to be Perez, which is fine by me. He's a decent player, and maybe he could do with getting a chance in this team. Carrizo's come back in. Augustin has come back in. Still going to persist with Gardner, Ferro, and Brendan up top, because I think Ferro, he has scored a couple of goals. And actually, the thing I wanted to discuss with him, the issue I think with Martin Ferro, who's now apparently changed skin colour again because FM, yeah, his composure is 7, which was 6 before, so it's obviously gone up by 1 recently, but his concentration and composure are a little bit lacking, and I do wonder, and his first touch isn't amazing, but I do wonder if that's kind of what's affecting him. Getting into those final areas and just not being able to put the ball in the back of the net. We'll see how he does in these final couple of games, but I do worry for the lad, and maybe he's not long for this club. Perhaps there is someone better. That finishing was kind of kind of just jading my view of him a little bit. On the bench, Kovacic, Betsa, Dermosa, Paul Holmgård, Barup, and Benson and Nigor of all people. I have just put him on a new amateur contract to get him off of his wages, but I do want to keep him because of the tutoring value of having an older player at the club. Quite important, I think, for me to keep him. Gardner has signed a new contract as well and is now the highest paid player at the club on £425 a week. But it has now tied him down. And when you actually look at his profile, I know we're showing another player, but he's starting to really, really improve. He's 3-star now. He's really, really coming up in the world. His composure and concentration aren't much better, though. Decisions and determination, perhaps? I don't really know. I'm just going to go out without any pressure. I would like to think that we're still going to get 6th place. It'd be a bit of a shitter to throw that one away at this point. We played well against them last time, so hopefully things will be fine. Question of the day, and today's question is this. If your team won a penalty in the 90th minute to win a major cup final, who would you want to take it? Can be any player in world football still playing, so it doesn't have to be a player from my team. That's an interesting one. Although I still think like players like Danny Murphy, when he was at Fulham, that guy would put them away, but he's not playing anymore. Dimitar Berbatov technically is still playing, and I don't think he ever missed a penalty for Fulham. So I'd pick Berbatov. That man was a Rolls Royce of a penalty taker. So let me know who you'd have taken your team's 90th minute penalty. Let me know in the comments, and if you have any ideas for a question of the day, drop those in the comments too with the hashtag QOTD. Perez, that was poor. I'm hoping that Ingolfsson, he doesn't really, even when we were playing well and winning games, Ingolfsson was consistently underperforming in that role. I think that next season, when Thorstenson comes back, he'll either he'll slot straight in, or one of the Argentinians or Americans or Canadians hopefully will be good enough to get in that position, because we've got plenty of wage budget freed up, ready for them. At least 2 or 3k a week is ready for those players, so we could bring in at least 3 or 4 of them. Mohamed, oh, just wide there. Helsingor started well, but mostly long shots. Mohamed now on the breakaway for Helsingor. Tranum out wide for MP. Good clearance up the pitch, but Brendan won't be there. Ponzio, Ingolfsson, Perez. Brendan's into the channel. He's got to play the pass. He does, but it's too late. Gardner, space into the channel for Lopez. He's found Brendan instead. Can he pull it back? He has to. Ferro! It's 1-0, and you guys have finally seen it. B67 1, Helsingor 0, but more importantly, Martin Ferro with the goal. I think that's only his 4th goal of the season, but Maybe now he's finally starting to find a few goals. He got that brace in a game. This is an unbelievable pass from Stephen Gardner. Great touch from Brendan. I thought he'd taken it too far, but he digs this out, and Ferro with the header makes it 1-0 B67. Against the run of play, you'd have to say, but we do have the lead. And look at the possession stats. The difference is this time I'm not going to jump the gun on trying to go attacking when there's no need for it, because we are currently winning the game, which is the most important thing. I might start listening to my assistant with some of these like marking changes, though, just to try and keep things a bit... Oh, that's a good chance. Cleared away again. Mohamed does look dangerous, though, I've got to say. Ingolfsson, we'll look at the space for Brendan. He's in. 3-on-2. Go on, back post for Ferro. Gardner's in. Oh, not a good opportunity. Well, it was a tough one for him. Another chance. Please don't concede from a corner. Ball in. Oh, cleared off the line. My goodness. Well done, guys. Those guys on the post actually doing their jobs for once. Jurgensen. Curler. Ponzio. Right, here we go. In for Ferro. Brendan's making a run, and he's onside, you know. Can he... Oh, it's probably a bit too steep for him. He might be able to pull it back, though. Gardner's at the back post, and we are... This is exactly what happened in the previous match against this lot. I swear to God. Every single goal that we scored against them in that 5-1 win was one of these brilliant counter-attacking breaks. I don't know why it happens against them because of the style of football they play, but for whatever reason, St. Brendan now has 2 assists on the night. Brilliant ball across. Stephen Gardner, 19th goal of the season for him. Highest paid player for a reason. Ingolfsson. Ponzio. Brendan. Ferro. Back through for Brendan. He's in. Can he score? Oh, another chance goes begging for us. So on paper, you might look at that and go, they've battered you. Except they haven't, though, have they? They've not actually created anything in that period. We've created some excellent opportunities and maybe could have even had a third goal. They've just batted at us from range. Our cross completion is excellent. Really happy with that. Let's get this going in the second half. Uh-oh, corner. I think their best chance at scoring against us truly is going to come from a corner. Can Ferro pick a pass? He actually does. Brilliant stuff from him. Now is he going to make the run? Gardner has, and we've got players through the middle. Can we get them on the break for a third time today? Gardner's ball. Ponzio? Brendan! Oh, what a chance. No. Should have been another goal for us there, though, but we are so dangerous on the counter against this lot. Right, Lopez has got slightly better, but I am going to get Rasmus Borup on in place of him because he's better defensively than Betzer is, and Ingolfsson hasn't been amazing either. Since we want that attacking threat, I don't really want to put Benson into that role. He's better when we need a sort of defensive kind of player in there. Fremmer actually beating Roskilde, which will certainly help their chances of staying up. Venceslau, interestingly... Oh, crap. Zacho, no. Yeah, but Venceslau are winning, so they are technically still within a chance of staying up, miraculously. I'll tell you what, I'm tempted to put Holmgaard on through the middle, because if it's one thing he can do, he does tend to win headers a bit more, and we do seem to be aiming balls into that area, so maybe just him winning a flick on could be the key for us here. Borup clears away. Watch out for that run into the channel. NP. Curler. The longer we can go without conceding that first goal here, the better. Here we go. Gardner, can he spin? Needs to look over the top for Brendan O'Neill. Brendan O'Neill down the wing. He's got Holmgaard. Holmgaard's got Gardner through. This is the moment. It is 3-0 to B67. Caught them on the break again, and that is a thoroughly brilliant win. This is like game management to the max right now. Lovely work down the ball. Gardner starts this move off. Brendan inside. Holmgaard watching for the overlapping run, just lets the defender come in, round the side for Stephen Gardner, and that is 20 for the season, I think, for him. Might even be 21, not sure, but we're going to get the victory today. Brilliant stuff. Having a little run at us. I would like us to keep a clean sheet if we can. Oh, Rasmus, mate! What are you doing? There is no reason to make that tackle. What possible reason has he got to make that tackle? You're 3-0 up, dominating the game, and Garcia can't keep it out. That's all Rasmus Borup's fault. He's better defensively, Matt says. Great. Their complete inability to shoot from range or do anything more than that has cost them their thoroughly deserved win. We might have not had many shots, but look at the sheer number of quality chances we carved out in that match. Totally deserved that win, and that's really put us in a solid position now. Right then, guys, we are back on the day of the game against Roskilde. Nothing happened in the midweek other than a defender that doesn't really play for us very often. This guy called Gary Uprichards getting injured. So, yeah. Roskilde are the team directly below us in the league, as you can see from the match preview. Thankfully, as a result of the last game, we put enough distance between us and them that it doesn't matter if we lose here. However, with Marienlyst playing away at Helsingør, if we could get a win, we could potentially go above them. They'd have to lose and we need to win. It's a tough one, but it is still doable for us to get 5th place, just to redeem ourselves a little bit more. We got 38 points last year. We're already 6 points better off, which is great. Next year, I want to be... I mean, it looks like you're going to have to get 60-odd points to go up, which is going to be tough, but I just feel like we've got a chance. The other thing worth noting is I've talked to the board, and they have upgraded our junior coaching to an excellent level, which I don't really know how much of an effect this is going to have, but I do keep asking them, and they do keep listening. because I really want to make sure that we've got a chance to bring through the best youth products possible. Because it would be nice to have a player that comes through our youth academy actually eventually one day win something with us, rather than having to buy in players all the time. It never really happened on any of my previous saves as far as I remember. Maybe with Lubisa Chufedzic over at Red Star, but I really want to have that. Someone like a Kasper Nielsen that stays with us. And we've also upgraded our recruitment to extensive, although I thought it was extensive already. So maybe that's gone down? I don't know. Or maybe you have to do it a couple of times before it moves to the next level. Or maybe there isn't anything after that. I don't know. Let me know about that one. I'm curious. So, for today's game, pretty much the same starting lineup. I'm not going to bring Nick Locklear back in because these guys played well in the last match and I don't want to rock the boat. Thankfully, Locklear's only on a short-term contract, so I'm not convinced by the guy, unfortunately. But for today, I'm going to go with Gravgord. I'm going to give him another chance since it's the final game of the season. Is there another player that can play in here? Tajan Seaton, Dermosa. You know, I'm actually going to start Søren Dermosa in there and have two creative playmakers in that midfield and see if it makes any difference for us. Now, they're playing a 4-4-2. Fairly standard sort of stuff. Have we got a... No, we don't have a revenge one because we've actually played really well against Roskilde so far this year. Remember, these guys looked like they were going to get relegated at one point after coming down from the top flight. So they're a decent team at the end of the day. Hopefully, we can pull off something here against them. And maybe there's still a chance we could finish 5th. But I'm happy with 6th spot. I said I wanted to try and get top half, and that's what we've done. I want to just see if we can get as many points as physically possible. And Stenderup's injured for them, but we do have an opportunity now because he's injured and he can't play on. They've got 10 men currently. Ferro's through! Ferro's through! And he's missed it. He's missed it. Those are the sort of opportunities that he cannot be missing. He's one-on-one with the goalkeeper and he should score there. Now, they've had to bring on a youngster, a very young player by the looks of it, called Fabricius, which is a brilliant surname, in place of it. Oh, no. That's surely too deep for him now. Horsland, watch out. They've got a man completely unmarked at the back post here, and they found him. Somebody get out to him. There we go. Good block. Bit worried he was unmarked, though. Well, 22 minutes on the clock. It's still 0-0. If we got a point here, I guess it wouldn't be the end of the world. Ferro, can he pick a pass, maybe? Not really, although Brendan's got a chance. Can he pick a cross out? Gravgord. Ponzio goes short. Ferro's in. Back for Diamosa. Goes for goal, and a good save from Mikkelsen in the goal. Just going to encourage the team. I sometimes forget to use these team talks, but they do actually seem to have a minor effect occasionally. Ponzio, lovely ball into the channel for Gardner. Ferro needs to make himself available here. Brendan! And a good save from Mikkelsen. Chances are coming now. Mikkelsen's long ball down the pitch. We're winning a lot in the air against this lot, which is very, very surprising. But our centre-backs do seem to be doing a good job today. They're just getting caught out with these back post crosses. They've got these wingers that are appearing, as you can see again here. Clitton? That's an issue. They've got these players that are coming in at that back post there. Probably their right and left wingers. I want to make sure that... I think we might have to tightly mark these guys. I'm going to tightly mark them and get them closing down and onto the weaker foot. Because I feel like if we could just get one of our wing-backs to sit on those guys and stay out a bit wider, it should stop them from making those back post runs. Because that seems to be where this lot are really dangerous. With players like Christensen and Clitton. They're the ones getting in there. I'm disappointed. We probably could be in front in this game. Right, look, ball out there, and Lopez is in the right place. Getting out to Clitton a little bit quicker, I suppose. There's still this huge gap out there with Christensen, but at least they're closing them down a bit more. Ball in. Cleared away. Oh, he could have got there. Clitton again. They're not really doing it yet. They're not really doing very well. Right, but I said if we were behind and it was after then we'll maybe go over to the attacking Snowpiercer to try and get ourselves back into this match. Because I feel like we've deserved something based on the way we've played so far. We've played well enough to have a goal, really. Back post again. Christensen. They're getting out a little bit quicker. Nielsen, oh dear. They're finding spaces, though. Although I could put them here and then put them on attacking. So they're in a slightly better position, perhaps. I don't like this shape, but we might be able to make something of this. I'm also going to get Ingolfsson on. I just feel like maybe he is better in that position than Diamosa is. Right, let's do the second half like this and see if this makes any difference. Drop them a little bit deeper so they're not quite so... maybe it won't get quite so caught out in the second period. Lopez has now taken a knock, so we're going to have to get him off anyway for Ollie Betzer, which is a little unfortunate, but what can you do? Ball into the channel. They're at least in a better position, I think. Clitton? Oh my goodness, what a chance that was for them. Helsingør are beating Marriott, so if we can turn this around, there is a chance for us in this game. No, wide midfielders on, wingbacks on... Well, they'll be on automatic, which means they'll be... Do we do this thing where we push the defender into this position as well and get another midfielder in? Perhaps. As well, just to really throw caution to the wind like we did against Marriott that time. Because nothing's changing for us at the moment. We don't need another deep line playmaker. Just an anchor man, perhaps. Actually, no, let's get him as a ball-winning midfielder. Yeah, give him a bit more to do. Maybe even on support. We're going to get these guys onto attacking as well. Ferro, we'll change him to a poacher. Don't know why. Just doing things now. We're going to push to overload. Sure, it might cost us, but it also might be the thing that saves us in this game. Who knows? Just an idea. Garcia looking long again. Gardner brings it down. Ferro cleared away. Won by Gravgard. Ponzio. We just need that one chance. Ponzio, he's got space out wide for Gravgard. Can he get the cross in? He can. Oh, Stephen Gardner, 1-1, and we are level here away at Roskilde. And I think we've deserved that. I also changed it to hit early crosses. Don't know if I showed that part, but that's made a hell of a difference there. Gravgard would have taken this much further otherwise. Ponzio rolls this out to him. I think he hits this first time. Yeah, first time ball in. Gardner makes a darting run to the back post and scores the equaliser here away at Roskilde. One more goal and we get 5th place. I'd really, really like to get that, but I think we might end up conceding one more likely. They've got a midfielder on for a fullback. Interesting change. The chances are coming for us now. We're winning the ball high up the pitch. Ferro, he's gone for goal. This is the problem with the overload style. We're going to push forward again, but overload will cause players to do stuff like that. I think a draw would be a fair result, frankly. We've created a decent number of opportunities. So have they. So I guess a draw. I wouldn't be too bothered if we did get a draw. It's just like, you know what else is on the line. Ponzio's got so many options here. Gardner, he's got players bombing into the box. Can he find a pass? Ferro! What a chance that was for Martin Ferro. That should have been a goal. He has to score there. Get out to Christensen. He's going to put it back in there. You know he is. Christensen. Oh, what a save from Garcia to keep us level in this game. Well, there you go. A 1-1. We probably could have won that at the end there. We did enough, created enough chances. Ferro had his opportunity and he's fluffed it. But still, 6th place isn't bad. We did really well in that game to come back. Lopez had a poor game. Gardner had an excellent game. Such a shame we couldn't quite do it, though. In the grand scheme of things, I'm still pretty pleased with our performances. I didn't expect us to get 4 points from today's games, to be fair. The home win against Helsingør and the win and the draw away at Roskilde that could well have been a win. I feel like, 45 points. It's 7 more than last year. Quickly before it all ends, I do want to quickly show you the other leagues. I know this episode might be a little bit longer, but don't worry, there's an analysis video tomorrow, which I'm going to record straight afterwards. Can't wait to get stuck into that. So, top flight as it stands. I don't know if it's actually finished yet. It might not have done. Copenhagen, well, they're obviously going to be champions. There's absolutely no doubt about that. Relegation stage. Odense are relegated, I guess. I don't know really what this means. I've no bloody idea, to be honest. As for the lower tier, Aarhus and Arbey are coming up, and none of these teams are obviously going down. Let's check out the relegation stage. Down are going Avarta, B1908, Griva, and Frederica are relegated from the 3rd tier. They were in like the 2nd tier when we started this save. I swear they were after Rasmus Bigler at one point, so that is very surprising. So if you have enjoyed this season, do be sure to drop a like on the video. That would be awesome. And if you are new to the channel and this is the first video you've seen, feel free to subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next episode, well, tomorrow for the analysis video, and then the day after that for transfer window goodies. That's going to be probably the biggest transfer window we've had so far. We need to make some big moves. The pressure is on, but the tactic is working well. I noticed that Vencis will survive. That's a thing that's just happened. I've only just noticed that. That is incredible. That is unbelievable that they actually managed to survive. They were 6 points from safety with 2 games to go. GG, Vencis. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.